So what you see before us, it's curious. I don't know what to make of it.
Rick and Marty join other members of the team in the research center to discuss another curious discovery on Lot 5, a man-made stone marker found just 3 weeks ago.
Gary was metal detecting, and we came across this, and we both went, well, that's strange.
And to help their investigation, Laird has created a 3D model of the feature.
I did a drone-based 3D model of the split stone feature. I fly the drone around at different angles, different heights, and take a lot of photographs. And then I bring all of those photographs back into the lab, and I have a program that will reconstruct everything. Very similar to the reconstruction of the CT scanner. And in the end, we have this beautiful 3D model, so we can show all angles and all heights and get a really much better idea of what this split stone looks like.
Laird, what can you tell us about it?
Well, it was the stone sticking out like that much from the ground. It looked like a standing stone. And then we found a much larger rock beside the standing stone. If we flip it up, you can see how the rock was sitting.
Yeah, I don't see a natural way for that to happen.
No. So the hole was dug, it was placed in the hole, propped up, and then surrounded by rocks.
I don't have the expertise to say that it was 100% placed, but the people who do have that expertise tell me that. So the scientific finding is that that boulder was placed. Okay, to me, there's only two alternatives. It was placed to cover something up, or it was placed to be a marker of some sort. We need to figure out which of those it is.
We did get this dark organic soil underneath the rock. And as I was removing that, we got this lone piece of wood that is being sent for C14.
The dating on that will be important. It could be quite significant to figuring out who was on Lot 5, because I went back through some of my old survey stuff last night, and this structure is very different. And so I had to go way, way back in time to find structures like this. This formation was typically used by the Romans or later by the Vikings.
Really?
This marker could go back hundreds, if not thousands of years. And so it's used for two things. It's used as a marker stone to say you're on a, like a Roman road, you're at 100-mile point, or it's used to claim land. So they put it on an area of significance to say this is ours.
Which one used it to claim their land?
The Romans. The Vikings were more so we were here.
Right. So it was purposeful.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, 100%.
What else has been found so far in that area?
We've got 6 Roman coins within 250-foot radius of this.
Yeah.
One thing we learned on our research trips, tracking Templar movement all over Europe. Oftentimes, Viking settlement sites had Roman coins associated in those settlement sites.
Yeah.
In 2023,
But there is a cave that I would like to show you.
Absolutely.
members of the team traveled to Reykjavik, Iceland, to investigate the theory that descendants of Vikings and members of the Knights Templar hid sacred treasures on Oak Island as early as the 12th century.
As you can see, there is a cross with a circular top.
Oh.
Wow, we've seen that before.
Oh, yeah?
And while visiting sites where some believe the two groups traveled together, they saw not only a carving of a cross that matches the 14th century cross found at Smith's Cove.
You know the years the coins were issued?
Yeah, this is 4th century.
4th century.
Yeah. That's great.
Yeah.
But we're also shown a number of Roman coins found at the same site, matching the 6 coins that were found on Lot 5. Is it possible that the stone marker, which Steve believes has a connection to both the Romans and the Vikings, may be another clue that could support this theory?
Is this oriented to north right now?
Yes. It's just common knowledge, too. You would never put your next marker out of sight. You have to see between the two.
Should be another one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I went out and surveyed the orientation of the 6-foot diameter with the rock sitting in the center, and that's the orientation of the face on top.
If you project that line, does it hit anything?
Nothing as of yet.
Okay. When we were out there on the site, you said, let's walk it. I think we should.
Yeah.
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 There might be another one of these. or something even more important.
I know.
And then that would really clinch
Yeah.
it, wouldn't it? Yeah.
It could be highly relevant to some of the early work that was done on this island. Might have some association to Nolan's Cross and to the Five Stone Cairns. But a more valuable aspect of this find is this. How many other structures like this have we walked past? How many other structures are there yet to be found? How many other things have we missed in our ongoing daily efforts to try to solve this mystery? I think we've got a little bit of work we can do. Let's walk that line and then follow where it leads.
Yeah.
And of course, we'll bring Gary and we'll detect it. Okay, let's go.
All right.
See you guys.
See you later.
The next day,
All right, back at the marker stone. So what I'd like to do is walk southeast.
Okay.
Steve and other members of the team prepare to find out if the possible stone marker on Lot 5 might point them to an even greater discovery.
Because we're in pretty thick woods, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set my control point behind the stone, and we're gonna run a line of sight until Ethan can't see us anymore. Then what we'll do is we'll move him to that location, and we'll keep going on that line.
And what is this station? What does it do?
At Total Station, it does the exact same thing my GPS does, it just doesn't use satellites.
Okay.
It uses ground control, and it's great for situations like this where you can't get a signal because of the trees.
Okay, mate.
We'll get set up.
Yep. Okay. You need this? I
Yep,
assume?
I do. You need to hold that, Ethan. What I plan to do is use my Total Station, create a control line, we'll call it. I plan to move it every couple hundred yards so we can survey a perfectly straight line looking for another control point or marker stone. This is essentially a land version of my GPS. So this is the satellites, essentially, and this is what you'd see me run around with the GPS.
And I gotta tell you, mate, I'm a little bit jealous. I've got my magic one, but that looks better.
All right, I'm ready to go when you guys are. You tell me where, Ethan?
Yeah, more right, more right. There you go.
Perfect. All right, Gary, here's our first location.
Okay, mate.
So, you know, we go a couple hundred yards. We've got Peter and I cutting line. We've got Gary metal detecting. And that's important because if this truly is a line of significance, anything he finds could really be a big clue of what this marker stone could have been or who could have walked this line.
Pete, got a target over here, mate. We're not too far off the line.
Still there.
Iron, right?
Yeah. A little piece of strap.
Mm-hmm.
You see that square hole in it?
Little.
It could be a barrel loop.
Looks pretty thin.
Yeah. I like this little piece of strap. We've had some amazing results from pieces of strap that we found around the island. And of course, if you're looking for treasure and it's in a large barrel, they would have had iron straps around them. Just put it in my pouch.
Sounds good.
It's going back to the lab. Okay, mate, we'll keep following the line.
All right, Gary, I'll keep moving.
Okay, mate.